Welcome to the Bellingham International Maritime Museum. We have such a rich maritime tradition and history here in Whatcom County. Everything from the early coast salish people through more contemporary things, recreational craft, fishing, innovation and design, even marine applications for the military. There is so much here that we've been able to bring together so that you can come to one place, see a collection of the past and where we're going into the future. It's a great opportunity to experience maritime Whatcom County.
This is probably one of the most popular pieces in the museum, and also it's significant because of it's an absolute rarity. It's the sole surviving U.S. Navy patrol air cushion vehicle from Vietnam. It can go across water, it can go across land, it can go over sand dunes, it can go over ice, across swamps, and it's absolutely the most fun thing to operate of anything you've ever seen in your life. It's just like drifting sideways on ice all the time, so it's a great feeling. It was very effective in its use in Vietnam, and the fact that it is the sole survivor puts it on a sort of Smithsonian level of rarity, so we're quite lucky to have it. One of the things about it that's interesting is that the gray hull behind is a Uniflight PBR. We were able to track its history, and beyond belief we found that the Mark I hull that we've got and this patrol air cushion vehicle served at the same base in Vietnam at the same time. They went their separate ways. They're both so totally rare that the idea that they're reunited in Bellingham under one roof is just statistically improbable, and it's an absolutely magic sort of a deal. They're both wonderful craft, and we often think at night they sit down here and talk, war stories about the old days that they served together in Vietnam.
One of the most exciting things to me as a maritime historian, maritime artist and historian, is the fact that Captain George Vancouver was here 221 years ago in 1792, and very near here lost one of the anchors from their ships. But through the research that we've done here at the museum, researching the original journals, being able to look at the transcriptions of exactly what the crewmen said, combining that with modern technology, magnetometer searches, side scan sonar, we are in the process of locating, finding, and retrieving that anchor. It doesn't get any better than that.
One of the most challenging things to young people, I think, in their learning is seeing the applications. That is, you can talk with people about the use of science and the tools of science, but actually doing something is what makes the difference. And the exciting thing about the museum is that there are so many explorations that are possible here.
The Bellingham Maritime Museum is very unusual, I think, because it has the space and it has the mindset of really letting kids be kids and learn, but they can have active experiences. Their physical activity can work together with their intellectual activity.
Well, one of the wonderful things about the Maritime Museum is the way in which young people here can use technology, use engineering, math, tools. For example, we've got a great underwater camera. This is a new kind of piece of equipment, so it's going to drop down, be it in the pool, Lake Whatcom, the surrounding waters. It can take pictures of everything around, transmit them through the cord back to a monitor, so young people are able to use their computer skills with their interpretive skills. They can design things, they can create things, and they can see them at work. This is the thing that makes science, technology, engineering, and math real for young people.
I really like the models, and I like the models because they give a person a sense of being able to wrap their hands around an entire boat. And so often, when we look at boats, all we see is what's above the water. You look at a model and you can see the construction there, you can see what's beneath the water, and you really get a sense of the variety of boats, what's different and what's similar.
This is a model of a Liberty ship, an exact model taken off the plans. Now, it's an exact thing. Everything on there is what you would see on a Liberty ship. So, as I say, we're very proud. These old babies hauled everything. Yeah, there wasn't any commodity or anything that was ever manufactured that the services needed that they didn't get right on one of these.
One of the things that we learned early on, when we started the museum, we thought, boy, this is going to be just great fun. We're going to go out and find these great old vessels like the PBRs, and we'll collect them and we'll put them back in the water and rehabilitate them and restore them and all that sort of stuff. And then we started having veterans who heard about us come from around the country to see these old vessels that they'd served on in Vietnam and in combat. We soon learned that this wasn't so much about the vessels, it was about the people. And we've had some wonderful people who've come in and been just very moved emotionally by being reunited with the craft they actually physically served on.
Until the existence of the museum, there really was no place that people could come to take in the rich history that exists here. Things like archaeological finds, anchors that the museum has recovered from ships that have grounded out in the seas around here.
We've been lucky enough to be chosen one of 200 museums to have the Smithsonian Institute provide an exhibit for us called From Sea to Shining Sea, a history of charting the coasts of America.
I'm just so pleased that we have an opportunity to have a museum like this, that people in our community and people from around the country and around the world can visit. And I'm also pleased that we've gotten such support from the local community, from the port, from the city. It makes me know that a museum like this will continue to grow and thrive, and that makes me really happy.